My polygamous fiance is destroying me. I am monogamous. My fiance is polyamorous. I am leaving her 2 months before our wedding and haven't told her yet. I didn't have an issue with her being poly. Still don't, to be honest. I've dated poly people casually in the past, and honestly we both thought this would be a fling, but we fell in love. We couldn't be apart. We couldn't stop thinking of each other. We supported each other. We carried each other. We moved in together. We want a family. We want kids. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I proposed last summer. I still love her. We have rules. She has 4 pre-existing partners from before we met. It's out of sight, out of mind mentality. She tells me who she is meeting, but no other details. Her idea to make it easier for me. He partners don't live near us, so it's once in a blue moon she meets them. Some of those relationships are a decade old, so I've never asked her to be monogamous or to take it away from her. I've met her poly partners. They are great guys. Most of them anyway. As a monogamous person it doesn't feel great, but I promised to support her, and considering we're engaged it was working. Why I want to leave her is a few reasons. She has maintained since our first date she doesn't like public displays of affection. No kissing, no touching, hand holding is rare. She said it makes her really uncomfortable, so I don't do it. When she's with her partners though, it's completely different. She straddled one on a bar stool once, and rubbed her nose in his cheek. And when they stood up she rubbed against him, in front of me. Another time we were in a group picnic and one of them showed up and she kept rubbing her hands between his legs. It's not comfortable for me, but I let it go. She's with me almost the entire year bar like 4 to 5 days when someone comes in town. But firstly, she's breaking our rules. She knows she's not supposed to do that in front of me. We agreed to it together. Secondly, she never does that with me. Not once. And that's draining. It finally came to a head for me when she wanted to throw a party for us for our engagement because we never had one. One of her partners flew in to surprise her. She got intoxicated, and if we weren't in public they would have ended up having intimacy in that bar. They were running their hands underneath their clothes with me sitting a few feet from them. Our friends kept asking me if I was okay. It was that intense. I had to step outside and she came after me after a few minutes. She started crying. I tried to hug her to tell her it's okay and she shoved me away and went back in. We didn't speak the rest of the night. Later that night she wanted to sleep with me and I just wasn't in the mood. I started thinking over the things over the years that have happened between us, especially when it comes to intimacy and affection. She is into very vanilla stuff. I am not. She's the first person I've had vanilla with since I lost my V card. She doesn't even want a spoon because she says she doesn't like it. I found out she performs anal with one of her partners, and does other things that are a no-no in our bedroom with them because she says it's just one night out of the year and allows it even if she doesn't like it. She does things she knows I enjoy, but she won't do them with me. I respect her choices, so I don't do them. She's important to me. About a year into us living together I found a massive toy in her things. She told me she doesn't like toys because they feel too artificial and she doesn't want something like that in her. It turns out that toy is reserved for one of her partners to play with her because he likes it. It's there for just one night a year when she lets it go. Then I found out she went hiking with one of them and they ended up having intimacy in public. We were at a private spot at a beach once and when I joked about it she said absolutely not, so don't do that. I realized I'm the safe option. I'm just the person who she can come home to. Doesn't need to worry about what happens in public or in bed. I only do the things she enjoys for her sake. I don't like being the safe option. I used to be wild before I met her, and I don't understand. If these were people who she has a decade of relationships with, why don't they know she doesn't like any of this? I spoke to her about public displays of affection, not even intimacy, once and asked her why she won't do them with me, but she straight up gropes her other partners in public. She got mad and told me I was jealous. Her poly friends told me the same thing. That I'm being jealous and that polyamory is about letting jealousy go. Everything I've read online talks about jealousy. Jealous, jealous, jealous. Of course I'm jealous. I'm hurt. I'm human and I have needs and desires too. Jealous just seems like the umbrella term for an excuse. Does that make me wrong to want to be affectionate with my partner, but I'm apparently the only one who respects her likes and wishes? If someone flirts with me, she's immediately on it. She makes it clear to them I'm taken. She will argue and fight if she needs to. She tells me all the time if I cheat on her she'll leave me. If I sleep with anyone else she'll leave me. She knows I won't do polygamy. It's not my thing, and I would never cheat on her. The chances have happened, and I've shot it down immediately. I only want her, so I want to end our relationship and our engagement. I love her, but maybe I need to think of myself. I don't want to leave her. What do you think?